she was no longer just a mere program or anything, that she was that she was basically now no longer just a mere program, because a mere program wouldn't have run off in fear and cried and all that. Right? That she was indeed, because she pointed this is why SBO seeked her out after she ran off, that she was basically a Mobian. Now I mentioned this in my review of the side story, and I said that I would not be surprised if Ian decides to do a story down the line where Nicole actually becomes a full flesh and blood Mobian. I'm not lying, because what I see happening is they're going to probably put together some kind of device that's going to make her flesh and blood. Kind of like a think in a way like de-roboticizer, but think more like a de-legionizer or a de-holographicer or whatever you want to call it. Something like that. Because we've seen that happen in various movies and comics and shows and stuff like and everything, but I would not be surprised if that happens. You know, some people may say, oh, that's not going to happen. Ian's not going to go in that direction. He wouldn't be that dumb. Well, guess what? I'm not saying Ian would be that dumb. I'm saying it would make a lot of sense. Because this is how, if you wanted to write a story, this is how you would write it. You would have Nicole basically downloading everything that she was and is, or that she is, as an AI that helps protect the city into the city's system. Then, after that, allow herself to be de-holographed or de-legionized or whatever, de-AI'd, if you will, and made flesh and blood. I would not be surprised if that happens. Now, another thing I want to talk about is, you know, the last panel in the backstory. You know, that's gotten people talking a lot, because they're asking, is Ian going in the direction of doing SBO and Nicole together as a couple? No. Flat out no. There's no way he'd do that. Because here's the reason why. SBO, yeah, could have a girlfriend. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think it's going to be Nicole. I think they're going to pair up Nicole with somebody else. And I think I know who it's going to be. You may have your own guesses, but I'm telling you right there, it's not going to be SBO, but it's going to be somebody that many have figured, whether they like the romance in the comic or not, have figured is long overdue to have a girlfriend. Long overdue. Take a guess. You might be right about who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to say. So again, no, I don't think Ian's going to go in the direction of putting SBO and Nicole together. But he might put Nicole with somebody else. Again, think about who I'm talking about. Now, what else? Oh yeah, next issue, 222. According to the preview in this issue, at the end of this issue, you have romance action. You have romance action involving not just Sonic and Sally, but Axis Nagas, Monkey Kong, and whatever. Monkey Kong. Wow. So is Ian saying we're going to see Ken Kong next week, next month? Are we going to see him? Or are we going to see something else? To me, I honestly think that if this is going to be the issue in which Sonic and Sally officially get back together, but not in the way people fear, because I think Ian's going to try to balance that romance out, balance it out, and make the romance better, balance it out basically. If that's going to happen, you know, I'll be honest with you. I've said this on the Sega.com forums and the cartoon and comics section. I am a Sonic and Sally supporter, and I will say this. I have a feeling, a strong feeling, that he's going to balance it out, and this is going to really be what a lot of fans, whether they like romance in the book or not, are going to enjoy. I feel it. I just do. Now, what else? Oh yeah, they've also revealed the cover for issue 225, the 225th anniversary issue. They revealed it, and it's a fold-around cover. You know, like, okay, the fold-around covers. Here's what that is. A fold-around cover is basically like a big splash page, like poster size, if you will. That's what it is. It's big. It's a big splash page, but it's for a cover, and it's all around. It's from the front and the back. So it's like a little miniature-sized poster, which is pretty cool. But again, the thing that people are looking at with it is the fact that they see the death egg in there. And again, they're wondering, and a lot of people are wondering, why do we see the death egg? Are we having a rewriting of the death egg? What's going on? Well, let me explain something. Let me explain something to you guys. Ian has wrote stories where Eggman has used previous incarnations or has rebuilt other previous weapons and robots that the original Robotnik had used before. But in a way, he had slightly improved them. Some, yes, were failures, some were not. So by having the death egg, probably part of the Genesis story, and the fact that in the preview cover for 224, he's holding a Chaos Emerald, one of the 7 in the Special Zone, maybe that's what's going to make the death egg even more powerful. So we'll see what happens. But to me, honestly, I think this is also Ian's way of saying, okay, look, a lot of people have been complaining about the fact that we're now focused on Freedom Fighters versus Robotnik. Guess what? For Genesis, we're going to do just that. I wouldn't be surprised by it. I would not be surprised. Because if you look at the cover, it gives you an idea. And apparently, whatever tombstone people were talking about wasn't a tombstone. It was the death egg. So, honestly though, it looks like Ian may go in that direction. We'll see what happens. And from what I read on IGN.com, which everybody probably read this off of, the Genesis saga is going to be a summer series. It's basically going to run throughout the summer. So you're looking at 222 next month, 223 in March, 224 in April. You're looking basically from May to possibly August, maybe September. So you're looking at May, June, July, August, maybe September. So you're basically looking up to almost 4 to 5 months of a saga, which will be very intriguing. Very intriguing. You know, I'm just wondering exactly what the outcome of that's going to be. I'm wondering if maybe after it's all said and done, the Freedom Fighters are going to realize, you know, we can't put anything past Robotnik. And I'm wondering also if perhaps Sonic's going to probably tell, you know, the Freedom Fighters, Sally, Bunny, and everybody, that the Zone Cop once told him that the reason, I'm just wondering if they're going to have Sonic say this, or Sonic mention this or something to them by saying that the Zone Cop had told Sonic at one point that no matter what happens, Sonic always has to fight a Robotnik. Sonic Prime always has, the Prime Sonic, this Sonic, right here, always has to fight a Robotnik. So I'm just wondering. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just curious about what the outcome's going to be after it's all said and done. You know, some people are saying it's going to be a rebooting. It's not going to be a rebooting. If it was going to be a rebooting, Ian Flynn and the writers of the book would have came out already and said, yeah, we're going to be rebooting the series with 225. They would have come out and said that already. But they're not. It's basically just another mega story arc that's going to make the Freedom Fighters reset, after it's all said and done, sets the strategy and make them realize, okay, we can't really keep Robotnik down because he's always going to keep coming and coming and coming and coming. So